First and foremost, I would like to extend a huge thanks and shout out to my friends over at Hobson GM in Martinsville, Indiana for allowing me to come out and film this amazing truck. Be sure to check them out online. This is the 2025 GMC Sierra 3500 Heavy Duty Denali Ultimate. GMC's answer to the question, what happens when you mix brute force diesel power with top shelf luxury and next generation tech? The result is nothing short of commanding. It's big, it's bold, and it's not here to make compromises. Under the hood, a 6.6 liter Duramax turbo diesel V8 cranking out 470 horsepower and a mountain-moving 975 pound-feet of torque. That's mated to the proven Allison 10-speed automatic, feeding a smart 2-speed AutoTrac transfer case. On the right configuration, you're looking at a tow rating of up to 36,000 pounds. That's not just heavy duty, it's near industrial. But here's the twist. Inside, it's every bit a luxury vehicle. Massaging full-grain leather seats, real wood trim, suede headliner, and a 12-speaker Bose premium audio system. The digital cockpit loaded with Google built-in, a heads-up display, and more cameras than a Hollywood film set, all standard on Denali Ultimate. Bed features, covered. Trailering tech, it's class-leading, with transparent trailer view, hitch guidance, and a built-in trailer brake controller, along with trailer-enhanced adaptive cruise control. This isn't just a pickup, it's a statement. And today, we're diving deep into every button, bolt, and byte of this $105,000 heavy-duty machine. Built in April of 2025 by the UAW Local 598 at Flint Assembly Plant in Flint, Michigan, this is a 2025 GMC Sierra. Hello everyone. In today's latest episode of the in-depth review series, we are taking a look at this absolutely amazing, fully loaded 2025 GMC Sierra. Now what makes this fully loaded is the fact that it is a Sierra Denali Ultimate. It is also the 3500 series in crew cab configuration. It is a dual rear wheel vehicle. So it is pretty much as heavy duty as you can get from GMC. This truck is painted in the Onyx Black. It is a non-metallic paint, and it features the absolutely striking Alpine Umber interior. Now I do have full pricing on screen, and the full options list is in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. And yes, this is a very expensive truck. The era of $20,000 to $40,000 loaded trucks are no longer around. Today's review is going to be a full in-depth review. We're going to cover everything from the exterior to the interior, powertrain, performance, towing capabilities, and everything else in between. Equipped with the electronic 2-speed AutoTrac transfer case, this truck is 4-wheel drive with several positions available for the best driving environment. In auto mode, the truck remains in rear-wheel drive unless the system detects wheel slippage, then engages 4-wheel drive. With 2 high, that is the most used mode for highway driving situations. 4 high is great for wet, snowy situations or where added traction is necessary. With 4 low, the automatic locking rear differential engages, and all 4 wheels utilize maximum torque in order to navigate the thickest of mud or deepest of snow. It's important to note that this mode should not be used for everyday or high-speed driving, as severe driveline damage could occur. As one would expect from a heavy-duty rig like this one, we do have a turbo diesel power in the form of the 402 cubic inch 6.6 liter Duramax L5P turbo diesel V8 engine. This engine is of cast iron block aluminum head construction, and it features direct fuel injection with the Bosch high-pressure common rail. Utilizing a single Garrett variable geometry vane turbocharger with intercooler and a 16:1 compression ratio, this engine creates 470 horsepower at 2,800 RPM and 975 pound-feet of torque at 1,600 RPM. It is estimated that this truck can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 6.6 seconds, give or take. More importantly, let's check out the real meat and potatoes of this truck, and that's towing and hauling capabilities. In our particular configuration, with a curb weight of 8,837 pounds and a gross vehicle weight rating of 14,000 pounds, this truck can tow a conventional trailer of up to 20,000 pounds with a maximum gooseneck fifth wheel trailer of up to 30,000 pounds. In addition, it can haul a maximum payload of 5,163 pounds. Because we have a heavy-duty pickup truck, GM is not required to publish fuel economy figures for this class. However, we can estimate based on user feedback and published media. The 3500 is equipped with a 36 US gallon fuel capacity, and it consumes an estimated 7.1 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of between 600 and 700 miles. Estimated fuel economy figures are 10 miles per gallon in the city, 18 miles per gallon on the highway, and 14 miles per gallon combined. The sole available transmission for this truck is an electronically controlled 10-speed Allison 10L1000 automatic. This transmission features manual shift capability with auto-grade braking and utilizes drive mode selector controllers with normal and off-road and trailer modes. In our configuration, we have the 3.42 to 1 axle ratio. Steering on this truck is digital variable assisted power recirculating ball that automatically adjusts steering based on speed, road conditions, and other inputs to help reduce driver fatigue. It features 3.5 turns lock-to-lock and a 57-foot turning radius. GM has not published overall ratio figures. The wheels on this truck are the 18 by 6.5 inch polished forged aluminums, and they are shot in LT 235/80R18 Michelin Primacy XC all-season tires. Brakes are power-assisted four-wheel disc brakes with ABS, StabiliTrac electronic stability control, front pedestrian braking, auto emergency braking, trailer sway control, and hill assist start. In addition, they are also assisted by the diesel exhaust brake that works with the transmission's tow-haul mode and auto-grade braking to help the driver maintain the desired speed, even on long, steep downgrades. Up front are 14-inch rotors with 14.1-inch rotors in the rear. Alright, now as we walk along the rear of the truck, of course I will cover rear end styling in depth like I do in all my videos. This is just a quick overview here. It does have GMC's Multi-Pro tailgate. It is a two-piece tailgate that features a multitude of combinations, which we'll go over in depth. Alright, now as we walk along the rear of the vehicle, as you can see, very commanding presence even back here. You have the large upright tailgate. The vehicle sits very high up off the ground. You do also have the molded fiberglass wheel housings there. We do have a complement of full LED lights back here. Very nice frosted lenses here, but they are full LED for the brake lights, tail lights, turn indicators. Of course, we also have the white for the reverse lights. We've also got a full complement of lighting back here. We have the tailgate lights are here. We have all of our trailer tow capacities here, trailer tow, camera, all that kind of stuff. Trailer tow wiring here. You also got the hitch lock as well back here. The heavy duty hitch receiver there. We've also got the bumper step back here as well. Ultrasonic parking sensors, of course. In addition, we've also got our marker lights here on the rear end of the the wheel wells. We've also got the side marker lights back here, all LED with a GMC logo. We've got the amber side marker lights up here as well. You do have an easy access step to get into the front part of the bed. And of course, we've also got the overhead cargo lights, the rear view camera, all that kind of stuff, power sliding rear window. Back here, we've also got the spray-in bed liner, and it is gooseneck ready as well. As we walk along the profile of the vehicle, on screen are its exterior dimensions, so you can see where this vehicle sits as far as size. Doubtful it'll fit in anyone's average garage, however. Alrighty, we're walking along the front of it now. And of course, just like I do in all my videos, I'm going to cover front end styling in depth. But there's a very commanding presence here. A very large upright grille. You got the Phantom Black, or the black chrome grille, the black chrome GMC logo, chrome recovery hooks, all that kind of stuff. Just a very, very nice truck. Alrighty, looking up front, all the lights on, and in depth. The actual driving lights, they look like they're spiraling here, but they actually do not. They are solid. That's just the refresh rate on the camera frame resolution. First of all, taking a look at the side view mirrors. We do have high intensity LED spotlights here. The turn repeaters are here. In addition, we've also got the LED floodlights here in the inner side part of the mirror. Of course, the mirrors are power folding, tilt away, and all that kind of stuff. We've also got the Ultimate Duramax and the Allison transmission badge here. Of course, we have our side marker lights here as well. And then up front, we have the full LED lights, amber turn indicators. You also have the white driving lights. Marker lights are here. Dual LED system here for high and low beam. All within a gloss black bezel. And then down below, we also have the high intensity fog lamps right here. Parking sensors, chrome recovery hooks. The 3500 badge is actually up here on the front port of the bumper. And then of course that commanding front grille. It's a really cool black chrome grille, along with the black chrome GMC badge here. We do have the functional hood scoop up front on the hood. All right, now before we get inside, let's check out the key fob real quick. What we have here is just a standard GMC key fob. Has a red GMC logo. It's a black plastic with chrome on it. Some buttons here. You have your lock, unlock. You also have your remote start, your tailgate release, and your panic alarm. Now this vehicle is also equipped with GMC's smart key access system. So by keeping the key fob in your purse or pocket, you can lock and unlock the vehicle doors by simply pressing the chrome button on the door handle. One single press will lock the vehicle. To unlock, simply press that button again. It unlocks the vehicle. And let's go ahead and check out the interior. We do have, first of all, deploying running boards down here. And the interior of this vehicle is absolutely stunning. It is the Alpine Umber interior. And we'll cover all of that detail here in just a minute, but just an absolutely gorgeous interior. Very nice fit and finish, attention to detail, quality of materials. Just going to take a look at the door panels here. They are finished in this really nice, very soft leather-like vinyl here. It does have some accent stitching. You do have some genuine walnut trim here. It's a matte finish with a really deep grain. Satin silver bisects all of that into this really nice trim piece with the umber portion on the lower part. You've also got the umber leather here on the door with this really cool optic stitching right here. I love that open crisscross pattern. Continues all the way to the back of the vehicle as well. And then of course you have more of the accent stitching as well. And then you have the Denali terrain map embossed into the lower portion. Now we do have satin silver door pulls. We have our power lock controls, 2-driver memory with easy exit feature there. And of course we have our power mirror controls, power mirror fold away, the slide out mirrors there, and the window lockout. Automatic one-touch up and down windows for the front passengers. Power windows, of course, for the rear passengers. Your grab handle is down here. Now down here, in the less touched area, is all plastic. You do have molded areas for mat pockets and a couple bottles. And of course, it does have the premium Bose audio system. Taking a look at the driver's side entry area, you do have a leather-wrapped grab handle in the A pillar. You have this really nice textured aluminum finish up here. Feels like titanium almost. Gloss piano black wraps around the air vent with some satin silver breaking it up. You also have satin silver adjustment knobs as well. Here are your controls for your heads-up display, so up and down, the info that's displayed, and your brightness. And here we have our electronic parking brake, our four-wheel drive selectors, our drive mode, trailer tow haul mode, various exterior lighting, interior lighting up and down. And you've also got your automatic headlamp control with fog lamp control. Now moving down, hood releases here. You've got your pedals down here. The steering column is actually tilt and telescoping, but it is only tilt and telescoping manually. And of course, we've also got this really cool Ultimate Denali plate here. Has the terrain there with the Ultimate logo. And of course, Denali's coordinates. As for the seats, we have 8-way power adjustable seats. This is a massaging feature, 4-way adjustable lumbar support and all that kind of stuff. And let's go ahead and take a look at these seats in depth because they are supremely comfortable. And the attention to detail and quality is very, very nice. We do have, most of it's black, but then we also have this really nice, almost tan color for the piping and stitching. And of course, we also have the umber leather. Each seat back also has the Ultimate Denali badge, similar as to what's on the entry plate. Up at the top portion here, you can faintly see it, but embossed in here is the terrain map for Denali. And that same crisscross optic stitching in black thread is done on the bolsters here. And then of course we have the perforated inserts because we have heated and ventilated seats. We've also got that contrast stitching here as well. And it continues onto the seat bottoms as well. Overall, just a very nice, very comfortable seat. Not what you'd expect inside a pickup truck. Or maybe it is now, I don't know. All right, now let's hop inside, check out the rest of the interior. All right, now that we're inside, let's check out the rest of the interior. And there's a lot to check out in here. Leather wrapped steering wheel. It is a 4-spoke steering wheel design, very similar to the rest of the GMC lineup. It does have the satin silver trim here, the Denali ring or the Denali badge here. And of course, we do have that same textured aluminum finish on the steering spokes as we do on the upper part of the dash for continuity's sake. Over here, we do have our cruise control buttons. So we have our set, resume, accelerate, deaccelerate, cancel, off and on, distance control, and all that kind of stuff because it does have the adaptive cruise. We've also got heated steering wheel. I do not think this truck has GM Super Cruise though. Over here we do have the Bluetooth and voice command controls, phone controls, and these controls here actually control the driver information display, which I'll show here in just a minute. Multi-function control here does have the auto high beam select, wiper and washer controls, and of course your turn indicators and your high beams and flash to pass, all that kind of stuff. Over here, you have your shift lever. All right, so front and center is a full LCD information display screen. It is pretty nicely and pretty traditionally laid out. You do have the 140 mile per hour speedometer over here. You also got your compass in here, your odometer, coolant temperature is down here. Right now we're on off-road, but it can show other things as well. Over here we do have a 6,000 RPM tach and your fuel level, as well as your Prindle and the current drive mode and your transfer case setting. Up at the top we do also have our speedometer here, and then over here we do have what belts are not buckled. And in the center it says range, that's our fuel range. However, we can display, or we can show different displays by flipping through here up and down with the scroll wheel, and then of course side to side with the side to side buttons. So over here we just go through side to side here. So right now we're in info, so we just start scrolling the thumb wheel and go through all the different menus, and it just shows us all the different stuff. One thing I wish we did have was just a full gauge summary here, but it does not allow for that. And then we go to the right, and that's our music and radio media. So XM, Sirius, Bluetooth, Alexa, Google, and all that kind of stuff. When navigation is active, that'll show your maps, phone connection, and settings. So you can do your left, you can do your right, your lower gauges, info page, all that kind of stuff. And maybe in the lower gauge option, we can do maximum. And then it shows a little bit more battery, oil, and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty good for towing and all that kind of stuff. And we have all of our heads-up display and all that kind of stuff as well. And back to the home screen. right, moving over the top, we just did cover the leather wrap grab handle. We've also got part of the Bose system, the A-pillar mounted speaker. We've also got that nice contrast piping and stitching on this faux leather dash. It has a really nice feel to it. Satin silver trim comes all the way around, along with that brushed finish. And it wraps all the way around the entire perimeter of the dash, as does the stitching. So it looks very nice and very cohesive. We do have our heads-up display, but heads-up displays are very hard to show on screen. But right now it's in off-road mode. Taking a look overhead, we do have our digital rear view mirror. So by selecting this button here, we can do our brightness. We can also do our magnification, so we can do back and all that kind of stuff there. And then we can also raise the view up and raise the view down. And then we can flip what looks like the auto dim lever, and it's just normal glass mirror at that point. Taking a look over top, we do have the overhead reading lights. They are LED, of course. HomeLink universal garage door opener, power sunroof controls here, tilt and slide and all that kind of stuff. This is your power rear window lever. So by pressing up, it'll open the window, and pulling down will close it. OnStar and all that kind of stuff. Dome light override. And this is your area lighting on and off. Coming down, we do have nice large positional air vents here in the center. We have a huge touchscreen display with very nice resolution graphics. And of course, we have a bunch of different menus, so we can select all of our audio. We have Google Maps integrated. Go back to home. I'll show you the maps here. Very nice high resolution graphics, shows traffic and all that kind of stuff. Google enabled, so that's really nice. Works with Hey Google and Alexa. And then of course we have phone control, all of our various cameras here. So we have our nice top-down 360-degree view. This is our front-facing camera, but we can also change those camera views. So that's your hood area there. And I believe when you're in drive, it'll actually show your traction, where your front end is headed towards. Very, very nice and handy to do when you're on unfamiliar territory. The same with the rear when you're in reverse. Shows active guidance lines back there. And of course, we also have our mirror cameras as well. Not really sure why I did that. Hitch view. So just a very nice amount of cameras. And that is our bed view. Very handy for your fifth wheel and gooseneck. And then over here we have our trailering, climate controls, system settings, Wi-Fi hotspot, all that kind of stuff. And then our home goes back to home. And then of course you have multitasking over here as well. All right, moving down. Engine start stop button here. Climate controls are all in their own little panel here with their own buttons. So it's very nice that they're not into the screen. We do have controls for ventilated front driver and passenger seats, heated backrest, and full heated seats. Climate controls are here. You have auto panel distribution. You can sync your driver and passenger, front and rear defrosters, fan speed, all that kind of stuff. Very nice that they're in their own little panel there. And then of course we have a bunch of buttons here. Right here we have our exhaust brake, lane departure warning, parking sensor power switch, tailgate open and close, four-way flashers, traction control, and all of our windows down. Moving down here, we do have a nice little storage tray here, USB type A, USB type C. We have a small little storage tray here. This is our trailer brake control. Little storage tray here as well. Cup holders, of course. This is our wireless charging mat. Our armrest is really, really nice. It's that same umber leather with the perforated center. Has the ultimate badge there, of course, with the terrain map behind it and the coordinates. This opens up to reveal the rest of our wireless charging mat. And you have USB type A and type C charge ports here, and a household style AC outlet right there. Compartmentalized storage here can lift out to reveal a deeper amount of storage. It is also illuminated. So yeah, that's the front section of the interior of the GMC Sierra Denali. Of course, we showed the mirror, but also important is the sun visors. It's also important to note that this trim actually has a full Alcantara headliner and Alcantara wrap sun visors. They do have illuminated vanity mirrors, very nice LED lighting on the sides, very clean, doesn't have the obvious bulbs or anything, it's just very smooth lighting. And of course the sun visors do swing out and they slide out for impressive sun protection. In addition, we've also got height adjustable shoulder belts. Also, we have a glove box. This part here is just a passenger wood trim. Very, very beautifully done though. It's very hard to see, but it actually has the engraving of the topographical map and of course the coordinates for Denali. Over here, that opens up. It's a small amount of storage, but storage nonetheless. The more storage you have in any vehicle, the better off it is, no matter how minuscule it may seem. You've also got a locking glove box down here as well. All right, I think it's time to check out the back seat. All right, let's take a look at the back seat now. Opening up the doors, also activates the deployable running boards. And the rear seat is very cavernous. A ton of room back here, and we'll cover a lot of the stuff in depth. But let's take a look at the door panels real quick. They are pretty much the exact same as the front doors as far as materials and detail. You still have that same soft touch vinyl, feels like leather. You have the genuine walnut trim here, satin silver frame here, satin silver door pulls, the umber leather here, more umber leather with the cross stitch pattern, and the accent stitching here with the train map embossed into the leather itself. Power window switch, the Bose tweeter here, the Bose speaker down here, molded mat pockets, and a bottle holder. Unfortunately, we do not have the nice Denali Ultimate entry plate here, but we do have really nice soft Berber carpeting back here and a relatively low flat floor, as you can see. Very nice to have that. You've also got seat back mat pockets in the backs of both seats, and they've also got some of that terrain mapping as well, accent stitching. We've also got integrated cup holders here, heated outboard seats, positional air vents, USB type A and type C, nothing down here. But let's go ahead and take a look at the seats real quick. They are exactly the same as the fronts as far as upholstery is concerned. The exact same stitching, the exact same leather, the exact same train mapping, all that kind of stuff. They do lack the badges, however, but that's okay. On the backs of both outboard seats, they are perforated back here with the accent stitching. They have this loop because you do have some hidden storage back here. Very, very clever. Hide a laptop or an iPad or whatever back there. In this area here, of course, it folds down to reveal a center armrest with integrated cup holders. You've also got high adjustable head restraints on all passenger seating areas. Nice overhead headroom because the cutouts in the ceiling, as you can see. And of course, we've also got overhead ceiling lights as well. You do have the B-pillar grab handles here, and they are a soft touch plastic. They're not leather, but they're stitched to look like it, and they feel really nice. Now the seat bottoms do fold up to reveal internal storage underneath. Right now we do have a bag here with some stuff in it, but you do have your jack and tools. This is the tools for your jack. The jack is over on the other side, but some nice storage areas in here. And then of course you just fold the seats down, the seat bottom cushions down, just like so. All right, and on the right hand side, of course, has the same concealed hideaway storage in the seat back. And this portion lifts up. It's a smaller portion, but it does have the actual bottle jack here. And you have your adapter plate for your trailer tow hitch receiver with the locking pin right here. Alrighty, there are several ways to open the tailgate of this pickup truck. The easiest way probably is just by pressing that button here on the driver's side instrument panel, right in the center screen on the toggle switches. lift it or press it down will actually open it, and of course lifting up will raise it up. In addition, on the upper side of the tailgate, you have two buttons here. This one right here opens up the multi-pro section of the tailgate. This one opens the conventional side of the tailgate. The other way you can do it is just by double pressing the key fob button. It is power opening and closing, of course. And before we get into the multi-pro tailgate, let's just take a look at the bed real quick. I will have the bed dimensions on screen. And of course, it does have the spray-in liner from the factory. It is gooseneck and fifth wheel ready. It does have tie-down hooks. You've also got illumination back here. In addition, you've also got another household style AC outlet. And then over here, we have additional trailer wiring as well. You've also got the handle here, and that is for the multi-pro tailgate. That's the assist handle. Another illumination right here. Alrighty, now let's talk multi-pro tailgate. Now, this is nothing new now. It was still a pretty amazing setup, however. So, if you have long items and you don't want to open the tailgate completely, that's easy to do. All you have to do is press the top button here. Alright, so now you can allow longer items to lay into the bed and kind of come out a little bit. However, if you want to added security, there is a hand release here. By pressing that up, it lifts this little gate up. So it adds a little added security. So if you have longer items that can fit in within this section here, then that helps keep those secured. It's also a pinch point, so you want to be really careful with that. Another cool feature is by lowering the tailgate, just like that. Say you have objects that you want to get into the bed, but you don't want to climb into it. By fumbling around and finding that little first button, you actually open up a large section so you can actually get closer into the bed itself. So your reach in is a little bit easier to get to. But that's not it. The other feature is the tailgate step. Now, Ford introduced the tailgate step a long time ago, and the other makers have been modifying and adding to it and all that kind of stuff. And actually, this is where I think GMC really hit the nail on the head. First of all, ease of operation is a lot better, and the addition to additional features of the multi-pro tailgate make it a lot better system. So now we have our tailgate step, and with the aid of this handle here, you can actually get into the bed with relative ease. And then by closing this back up and clipping it into place, that stays out of the way. Oh, but there's another feature here. One that I didn't realize it until just not too long ago. This tailgate step actually has the kicker aftermarket system in it. So 2 speakers. You've also got the kicker, like you can do a USB auxiliary input. You can turn the system on and off and all that kind of stuff. That's really cool. Volume control, seek scan, and all that kind of stuff. So essentially you have a Bluetooth radio back here. Kind of reminds me of Jeep's tailgate speakers in the Patriot. But anyway, and they're made by Kicker, so it's a pretty good system. I think that's really, really cool. And to close everything up, it's very easy. Close that up, and then everything kind of just falls into place, just like that. And there you have it. All right, and I think that does conclude our in-depth, a very exhaustive in-depth review of the 2025 GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. We hope you found the review informative, and if you did, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews and our Instagram channel at BrensoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.